Hi and welcome along to the Bias Premier League show, brought to you today by Boohoo Man. Don't forget you can get gear just like what me and Ty are wearing. Yep. You get an extra 10% off if you use the code AFTV10. Use the code AFTV10, scan the QR code and you get an extra 10% off your Boohoo Man order. And don't forget, this Friday is Black Friday. And that's not just because me and Ty are around on Friday. It's Black Friday, right? And there's going to be a load of special deals out on Boohoo Man. So if you're looking to get stuff for Christmas, if you're looking to get stuff in general. If you
celebrate Christmas, and even if you don't celebrate Christmas, you still are welcome.
Why do you come jumping everything on my thing for about if you celebrate Christmas?
No, because if you don't, what about the people that don't? They're not excluded either.
You don't celebrate, do you?
No.
You don't celebrate because you're Muslim, right?
Yeah.
So that's great. I don't have to buy you a present. But for those who do celebrate, right, use the code AFTV10. And you might just want to get something for Black Friday anyway, so make sure you check it out. Ty, big up yourself. No Yardie today again. He's out on his truck. Where is he this time? Where's he gone? Carl Shaw. No, I'm just joking. Carl Shaw is all right. No. You know, he's a jet setter, but boy, he's a jet setter. What about you though? How was Miami? Miami was really,
welcome to Miami, Miami. Did you party on it all night to the break of dawn?
Well, thank God there was no one talking like that over there. You know
what I mean? Talking like that. That is a lyrics, as you know,
do you know
from Miami by the legend that is Will Smith.
You know what? I haven't been to Miami for a very long time, right?
You've been there before?
So I've been there before, but ages ago. It was my first time back, and I was like, how comes it's taking me so long to go back to Miami? It's such a great city.
Well, it's not exactly down the road though, is it? So,
it's not down the road, but it's such a great city. I'll tell you, I was speaking on Soccer X, which is the biggest sort of football conference in the world. Yep.
Come on, man. I always hear about, they used to show it on a channel which I won't name, all the time about the convention and all that.
It's brilliant.
Who else was on there with you?
There was Alessandro Del Piero.
Legend.
I was chatting with Shaka Hislop.
Legend.
Christian Carambour, remember him?
Yes, legend, one of the France 98 World Cup legends, yes.
Jason Roberts, who's now president of CONCACAF, right?
Which is fantastic.
Brilliant for him. And I was chatting to him, I was going, I was still vexed with you about that goal you scored for Wigan that time against Arsenal.
Yeah, well.
But he was really, and I met so many cool people down there.
Yeah.
It was fantastic being there. There was a guy who runs Atlantic City FC Football Club. He was a great guy, big Arsenal fan as well.
Wow.
Honestly, it was brilliant. And then I was out and about over there. Even saw Sophie over there. Sophie Rose, it was her birthday.
Big up Sophie.
Me and her went
happy belated birthday, Sophie.
Me and her went for breakfast to Versace's.
I thought he was going to say, me and her went for breakfast activities.
No, breakfast at Versace's mansion.
What?
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. And
oh my!
It was. You know what? Though, one day you was there. You wouldn't believe this, right? Obviously Miami's really, really hot, right? There was one day, I think it was last week Wednesday, absolutely chucked it down with rain. I mean, rain. And I was in a restaurant and started getting alerts on my phone. So remember last year the government trialed this thing over here, where they sent an alarm to your phone.
Yeah.
All of a sudden your phone started going, I was thinking, what's this? I was in the restaurant and getting all these alerts on my phone. And then I'm looking and everybody in the restaurant's going like this. And the alert said that there's so much flooding going on, there's a danger to life, don't leave where you are. No one should leave where you are unless you're fleeing. It said something like, unless you're fleeing
the country.
A flood. Right?
Fleeing a flood.
Don't leave where you are. So I was thinking, man, I don't want to stay in this restaurant all night. Number one, it's very expensive. Number two, I want to get back home to the hotel.
Yeah.
Right? So, but it was chucking it down, and the rain, like even where we was, you could see the water was building up, right?
Wow.
So I just ordered an Uber, but what I did is I ordered one of them big, them big American, them Suburban.
Yeah.
Right, them big 4x4s, right? So that when we're driving home now, the amount of cars I saw stranded, like where water just regular cars. But because that car was so tall now, we managed to navigate and get through. So big up to that driver.
Smart, Robbie.
Smart, man, smart. But listen, it's been an international break, of course.
It has.
Lots of, I got back last week Friday in time to watch that England game.
Okay.
And I regret I did. What a load
Obviously, you regret watching the England game, not coming back.
Well, I don't know, man. Coming back as well. I was having a great time out there. But the England game was so bad, man. So bad against Malta. However, big up to Saka. Another assist. Another assist for Saka in the game.
But the question is, how long did he play?
He came on at half time.
Oh, yeah.
So he played at half. I don't think they were looking to play him, but, you know, they was playing so badly, they had to bring him on.
He's indestructible.
Yeah.
This man.
But Saka, actually, our players on international duty been doing all right. Martinelli scored.
Gabriel,
even though they lost, that was a great story. That was that game. Lewis, did you see it? Luis Diaz, he scored 2 goals. Right, they came from behind to beat Brazil, and his dad was in the crowd. Obviously, his dad had been kidnapped and been freed. And his dad was like very emotional, and it was fantastic. Right, so but great for Martinelli, who scored for Brazil. Scored their goal. And you know, Trossard scored as well. Again. So our players have been doing all right on international duty. The only thing is, sorry, you were going to say. Sorry.
Speaking of Leandro, I was saying this off air. It's, you know, they say art imitates life. It's very, 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 and it's sometimes I feel like Glenn Goldsmith and Vanessa Williams. I must be dreaming because on EA Sports 24, he used to be called something else. I actually have Leandro in my team, and he's centre forward, but I play him as a striker. And when we beat Burnley, when Bukayo headed it over, he scored a similar goal. And he's been banging. I've got Ian Wright in my team, but Leandro's been banging in the goals. And even I put him, he scored 1 goal, right? I put him in midfield, and he scored the winner. So it's very, 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 very. And even
we are talking about real football here, not fantasy business.
No, absolutely.
No FIFA business.
Not FIFA anymore. EA Sports.
Right?
But the thing is, art imitates life. Look at that. You say that Emmanuel Petit, one of our legends, he scored a goal like Oleg. When Oleg jumped up and flicked it, he scored a goal like that. Yeah, he scored a goal like that on the game. So you are right, but it's very, very surreal.
Trossard scored, and
Leandro, yes.
This one was really fascinating. So obviously Brazil, they lost that game, and they've lost a couple of games now, right? And
they're still qualified though.
Well, they got a very big game on Wednesday night against Argentina. Obviously, Argentina versus Brazil is always a very heated game. It's a massive game. Yeah. It's being played in Brazil, I think, at the Maracanã.
Wow,
right? Legendary stadium. Huge game. And Gabriel Jesus, seen back in training, could start in that game. Gabriel Jesus, of course, has been out for Arsenal for well over a month, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well over a month he's been out, right? I think the last game he played is when we beat Sevilla away.
Yes, and he scored.
That was the last game he played, right?
And he scored the winner.
Brazil got injuries to Neymar. Vinicius Jr. is also out now, long term. Jesus. Now, I don't know what you feel like as an Arsenal fan, you know what I mean? Obviously, Brazil, they want him back because, you know, I think no Richarlison as well. He's out injured. So they want Jesus back. He could start that game. He hasn't played. Now, I don't know what your feelings are on it as an Arsenal fan because, you know, I'm kind of like, hey, what if anything happens to him, he goes and gets another injury or something? We could do. I mean, we've got a big important game coming up at the weekend.
We have against
Brentford away, really, really tough game. It would be great to have Jesus back in the team, but
it will be.
That's and that game's going to be full on. Brazil versus Argentina.
It will be.
Messi. Brazil, I think, have never lost a World Cup qualifier at home.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
You know, they've lost their last couple of games. They won't want to go down to a defeat against their worst rivals, Argentina.
Nope.
What do you think of it? Jesus, good start.
Well, the thing is, listen, obviously we want him to play, but listen, it's Brazil, Argentina, you know. And you could say, is that a bigger game for him than against Brentford?
For him, it will be, yeah. I mean, the one thing about Brazilians, you know, they're playing for their country is the absolute biggest honour. You know what I mean? That's even above playing for any club team. But I'm just saying, as an Arsenal fan, I'm mixed about this, man. You know what I mean? The man's not played and now he could start against Argentina. I mean,
he hasn't played.
Remember who plays for Argentina as well? Romero.
Yes. Yes, no.
You know, the last thing we want, right, is one of our players coming back injured
that is
from
true.
that. You know, funny enough, we could have 4 players in that team.
Yeah.
We could have Gabriel at the back, Martinelli as well.
Gabriel M1, yeah.
Jesus as well.
Gabriel J.
Yeah. Sorry, 3 players.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Rob, I do hear what you're saying, but, you know, I look at it like this. if he does play, let's hope he scores a hat-trick and he's fine for the Brentford game.
Well,
that's the way I think. I understand what you're saying, but I just think that even if the manager said, oh, you're not playing, he's going to want to play. So there's no reason stopping him, is there?
Yeah, that's
let's just hope he's all right.
What do you think of this? Now, I was looking at this the other day. Everton, a 10-point deduction for, obviously, they with FFP. They have spent too much money and serious breaches of FFP, and they've been docked 10 points. That's
absolutely.
That's a record. That's like,
There's a record.
Because normally, even when you're a football team and you go into, say, administration, you get docked 9 points.
Yes.
They've been docked 10. That's even more serious. Now, Everton have dropped into the bottom 3.
Yeah, 19th.
And I still think they're going to survive, because I still think they've been playing well enough that.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking of, what are the implications of this for the severity? Because that's way more than everybody expected it, and Everton are appealing it.
Yeah.
What if Man City, who've got 115 charges against them, what if they get found guilty of, even half of those? What if Chelsea, who are the latest team to have breached FFP, I think Chelsea themselves submitted their evidence voluntarily.
So is it actually proved that I've always
listen, if a club has volunteered the evidence and said, listen, because what it is, basically, the new people that have come in under Todd Bowley have found all these breaches that they've then said to the Premier League, listen, we're going to hold out, it weren't under us, but we found that this was going on, and that's been submitted. Now, what if they're both found guilty? What will be the charges for them? It's going to be really, really interesting. The Man City one, those breaches are going to be 115. Even if they get found at half of those, if, you can't dock them to 10 points because, or 20 points or whatever, because it's for seasons gone by, what happens then? Do they get relegated? Do they get stripped of all their titles that they've won? Would you want us Arsenal, Liverpool fans, would you want those titles if they were stripped? Would you take them?
Boy, take them to the football cleaners. I think it's unbelievable because.
But just to ask that question, if they stripped Man City,
yes,
would you want the Premier League trophy to say, yeah, we were the champions that season?
What you mean if we should have been champions?
Yeah, because they could.
So rewrite history.
One of the things they're talking about, right, is they could strip them of the titles they won when they picked Liverpool and when they picked us.
Yes. Well, absolutely. If it's found to be fraudulent in football terms, why not? I think the case is, it's a bit like, Olympics. Sometimes when they found that people have cheated, those people that should have won it get awarded, but they don't have their moment to shine.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely.
But you'd accept it?
No, of course, if it's been fraudulent. But the thing is, the Everton one is very, very shocking because I think that's very, very harsh. But Everton have come out and said they want to see how they're going to deal with Chelsea and Man City. I'm telling you something. I mean, Chelsea and Manchester City now. I don't like swearing, but they must be something in their shorts, man. Or whatever underwear.
What, they're scared?
No, because I'm saying, if they gave Everton 10 points, if Chelsea and Man City get found guilty, they're looking at 100. What's the lowest? Even, you know what? Even Chelsea and Man City might become...
You're saying it like you'd be happy for it to happen.
Well, listen.
Be real now. Don't try and hide it.
No. Would I be happy? I'd be happy for the arrogant Chelsea and Man City fans. I'll be disappointed and sad for the good, humble Chelsea and Man City fans. But you know what it is? It also brings on to us and this. And it's fascinating because I remember so many times when some of our fans were saying, why don't we get someone to take over? Can you imagine now if we had been taken over and they'd been doing those things?
Yeah, because funny enough, right, we might have been taken over
by Farhad Moshiri.
He would have been part of
and
it.
Usmanov as well.
And Usmanov, who was the part of the old Everton setup. The thing is about it, right, this is my thoughts on it, right?
Yeah.
So straight away, first of all, we look on it and we say, Man City deny it. Chelsea, I don't know what their position's going to be on their one. As I said, they voluntarily submitted this thing. If they're guilty, in my books, and I remember I was on the overlap with Gary Neville and I said this, right? I stand by it.
Yeah.
If they're guilty, they should be stripped.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, what you just said, you were right. It's just like in athletics.
Yeah.
Right? It's financial doping.
Yeah.
Right? So in athletics, when someone gets done for doping, even if it's historical, they get banned and all of the titles that they won are taken away from them. Yeah. That's what happens. Yeah. It's happened in cycling, it's happened in with
Lance Armstrong.
It's happened in athletics, like you said, where they've looked on it and they said, we've realised now that those titles you won, you were doped up. So, sorry, we take that away and we give it to the person who comes second. They're now the gold winner. Like you said, it's not the same.
Not the same, but
but it would still say in the rule books. It will say in the history books that Liverpool won those titles and that Arsenal won a title.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's not how we want to win it.
No,
and last season, Man City deserved to win it. But if they've been cheating and financial doping, you've got to remember. And again, this is what I was saying about it before.
Yeah.
You've got to remember this, right? How many years at Arsenal were Arsenal struggling?
Absolutely.
Right? Because we moved into the new stadium. And how many years, right, were we going to games and hearing from the owners and hearing from, the people around it that listen, Arsene Wenger as well, saying that, listen, I can't spend no money. We'd be like, why don't you go and get Hazard?
Yeah.
Right? Can't afford Hazard because we've got to make the books balance. And so we can't afford to get Hazard. Chelsea go and get him.
Yes.
De Bruyne is doing brilliantly. Why don't we get De Bruyne? Can't afford him. Got to balance the books. Things are tight.
Absolutely.
Why don't we go and get Drogba?
Yeah.
Remember we was looking at Drogba?
Yeah.
Couldn't afford it. Can't afford the wages. Can't afford the money. Right? Got to balance the book, got to pay for the stadium, got to pay. Arsenal were doing that for so long. And balancing. And it's only recently, we've got ourselves sorted out financially, now that you can see that Arsenal can start spending now. So they can buy a Declan Rice and they can buy, but that's because they're not breaching FFP. But if you've got teams that have deliberately cheated, found ways around it by paying agents and this and that, undisclosed money, things like that, so that they could build a super team so that they can win leagues, which Chelsea and Manchester City did, and I'm not accusing them, but they both did. If they are found guilty, they should be stripped. That's my opinion on it. Right? And it's nothing to do. You feel a bit sorry for their fans.
The good ones. The humble ones.
Listen, humble or not humble, right? I feel sorry because the fans haven't done anything wrong. All they've done is they've gone and supported their team. They would have been let down by the people who own the football clubs, who have deliberately cheated the rules in order to assemble these super teams. And let's be real, the teams that Chelsea had, the teams that City have had, unbelievable teams, unbelievable squad depth. If they're found to have cheated, stripped. No mercy. That's my books. That's my thing.
No mercy. Wow, where do you go? Very good, Robbie. Look at that. And that's apt, isn't it? But
no mercy, man. Stripped.
Absolutely.
And it's not, as I said, this is not a thing on City fans, it's not a thing on Chelsea fans. This is the only right thing. Even at the moment, you see there are some clubs that are saying that they may sue Everton. Clubs like Leeds and that have gone down.
But this is what I was going to say. So it opens up. But Robbie, there's two things with that. It's that one. And the other thing, you summed up brilliantly, but there was another thing. Not only were we not spending, we had to sell best player after best player after best player as well.
A lot of times to Man City and Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So when people... That's why if they're found guilty, I'll have no sympathy. How many players did we sell to Man City? In Nasri, in
Sameh,
Adebayor, in
Emmanuel,
you know,
Colo, Gale,
all these players.
Bakare,
Yeah. How many players did we sell to Chelsea?
Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley,
Giroud.
Ashley, Olivier.
Ashley Giroud, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm sorry if if it's proven that they've broken the rules, they should be stripped.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry.
No.
Everybody's got, if you're all part of a league, you're effectively part of you're all together in this thing.
Yeah.
Nobody should be breaking the rules to try and finish higher than the other club.
Nobody.
Right, so let's see how it pans out. I think they're saying the Man City thing won't even be heard till next year.
But why is Everton heard so quickly then?
I think because the Man City thing, there's like 115 breaches. So obviously, you've got to have lawyers who've got to prepare for every one of those. That's why it gets drawn out so long. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see.
Sorry, Robbie. The second thing I was going to say with that is the fact, and also with all that, if they were cheating, which are his allegations, they were still lucky with it. It's not as if they sailed through. They still got luck at this. No,
listen,
they still got lucky decisions, didn't they?
You know, but they still had unbelievable football teams that have won them leagues and won them Champions Leagues.
Yes.
Right? And would that have happened if they'd have stuck to the rules? Now,
exactly.
Again, these are allegations, right? Nobody's...
Serious allegations, though.
Serious allegations, but we're just giving the scenario that if they were found guilty of the allegations, if you're a Chelsea fan and a City fan, obviously you'd be hoping that they won't be found guilty.
What's the scenario? Tribe Called Quest. You are very...
Somebody should get... Can you ban him as well from speaking about any songs or anything like that as well? Oh, my God. Of course, don't forget...
So you're saying they're going to be banned then?
Arsenal's game this weekend, we're going to be back in Premier League action.
Yes,
we're going to be up against Brentford. 5:30 kickoff.
West London. Where we've already won this season.
Tough game, yeah. It will be a tough game. Even that game was a tough game. Remember in the second half, man, they really threw it us. So Brentford are one of them teams that they're really, really difficult team to play against. Yeah. Physical, direct, strong.
Yes.
We did beat them there last year. We had a great victory against them last year, remember?
Yes, we did. Yes, I remember.
But we all remember that time, first game of the season when they turned us over. So you've got to be on it when you go to Brentford. So looking forward to that game.
Yes.
Coming up at the weekend.
Yes.
Let's get into our Boohoo Man.
Yes.
Of the week.
Yep.
Boohoo Man of the week. Not forgetting, as I said, Black Friday this weekend, so make sure you check out Boohoo Man. But my I'm going to give it to, obviously no Yard here today. I'm going to, should I give it to, man? It's a tough one this week.
There's two outstanding candidates. So
who's your outstanding candidate?
You can choose. Well, my outstanding candidate is got to be Edu.
And who's the other one?
The other one is Chidi, which is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah. That's actually so you know you got Edu who he won the Golden Boy Award for the best managing
even though
director.
He's not a manager. Club.
But they meant like managing director.
But the first ever
in
one.
Europe.
The first ever one of his kind. So that's brilliant. That's amazing.
And Chidi, what's his full name? Chidi
Obi Martin.
Yeah.
Scoring 10 goals.
10 goals he scored. Liverpool, Arsenal under 16s beat Liverpool under 16 14-3. And he scored 10 goals. That's unbelievable.
But hold on, Robbie, sorry. So that's 4 hat-tricks.
No.
3, 6, 9. Sorry, 3.
What school did you go? Bloody hell.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Bloody hell, man. What school did you go to?
Hold on. So 3, 6, 9.
He scored 10 goals. 9 is 3 hat-tricks. What's wrong with you? What school did you go to?
As you can tell, I went to Holloway School. Obviously, other schools are available. You could tell
the other schools that are available. Maybe you should have went to them because, boy, I'll tell you what. Your maths is terrible.
Listen,
I'm going to give it to Edu. Edu's going to get the award, right? Because for me, what he's done has been fantastic at Arsenal. Some of the signings he's made has completely transformed Arsenal.
Yes.
At last, you know what I mean? I think we've got a managing director that is bringing in the right players.
Yes.
He's had to move on certain players as well. I think he's done a fantastic job.
Amazing.
It was great that he was, recognising that award. So, congratulations.
Well done, Edu. And also, he's fantastic. He's fantastic to meet. And he also follows us as well.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
Want to come to one of his barbecues, man. He's always there on the barbecue.
Yes, I did hear about that. Yeah.
Right.
So congratulations, Edu.
So congratulations going out to Edu. My idiot of the week has to go to Everton Football Club. I mean, cooking the books, not sticking with financial fair play. It is not good enough. I feel sorry for the fans of the football club because, as I said, just like I said in the case of Man City and Chelsea, it's not the fans. They don't do the books. They just go along and support their team. And if they see this player and that player being bought in, right, they've got to support them. But in the case of Everton, why they really are idiots, right, is that despite spending all that money,
they still
ain't even got a good team. Yeah. Right? I mean, they still have bought so many bad signings they've made and still got a 10-point deduction. So that is truly, they are idiots up there, the people who've been running that club. And let's hope, I still hope that Everton stay up. I think they will as well. Grace of the week for you? Grace
of the week, yep. But before I say grace of the week, I have to say congratulations to our women for crushing Leicester. That was right. Thank you. That was last time.
Last week they beat. That was impressive. They were losing 2-0.
Well,
I saw that. I was abroad and I saw that.
I went to the game and I spoke to the man that stood in for you, Cecil, big up Cecil, and I was there at the game. And when it was 2-0, the Leicester fans were having a party. They thought it was over. They were singing 2-0 on your big day out. I'm sorry, no disrespect to Leicester. Leicester's a lovely place, but Leicester's not a big day out. I think the Champions League final or the Europa League final is a big day out. And even if I can remember, somebody was even kicking my seat. Now, back in the day, I would have turned around and said, I said, let me just be cool. And afterwards now, they weren't saying anything more. In fact, I kept on standing up. And one man said to me, sit down, mate. I said, stand up. But what it was, I said to my friend that I went with, is that if we go at them, they can't handle it. And when we turned into turbo ozone mode and a breakdance, it was unbelievable. We could have had, I should have had 10.
Yeah,
but
that was
we
impressive. To come from 2-0 down and win 6-2 was impressive.
Unfortunately, we didn't start with that.
And then yesterday, Brighton.
Yes, 3-0.
3-0.
I was lucky.
Tough game that was at first. Thought Brighton were defending really well. I watched the game. I watched the game on TV. Thought Brighton were defending really, really well. It was really tough to break down.
It's tough, but in the end, we should have had.
In the end,
we should have had.
You can see they tired, innit?
They did, but we should have had 6. But I have to say though, I've got to say thank you to our fans, just like for our men's team, because I never had a ticket, so my friend, thank you to my friend, hooked me up with a ticket. So I was very, very lucky.
Out, No. How'd you get that ticket then?
I got it from my friend legally. Are you trying to say that?
Legally how? The transfer of tickets to another person is considered touting. And how much did you pay for it? How much did you pay for it?
Well, I don't even look at
it. See? Now you don't know what to say now.
No, but what's funny with Robbie? What's funny? Robbie said, speak with such a straight face. I did not tout anything. I came to the game and I never had a ticket, and I saw my friend and I said to the person, because I know what you're like. I said to the person, have you got a spare ticket? And they managed to get me a ticket. Now, I did not tout. It was legal. But what I'm saying is, the thing was, I was in with the singing fans, and they were absolutely fantastic. And we were singing for 90 minutes.
Do you know the thing I saw? I saw a thing, I'm sure I saw a stat yesterday where they said every single game that Arsenal have played away from home
has been a sellout.
Yeah,
that don't surprise me.
It's been a record-breaking, so it was a record-breaking attendance for Brighton yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one of the reasons is because Arsenal away support for the women's is unbelievable.
I'm telling you. And
right? This is brilliant what Arsenal are doing at the moment, because it's not just at home games. They are bringing a fantastic support away from home to all of these games. And it's helping to bump up the attendances of teams that wouldn't normally get nowhere near that attendance. So that's fantastic.
And you are so right, because I wanted to go to Manchester United at Ley Village, but the last train was about 9:20 and the game finished about nearly 10 o'clock. I was lucky enough to go to Ashton Gate to watch us. That was sold out. I was lucky enough to go to Leicester. I think that was sold out. I was lucky enough to go yesterday. So it's absolutely, and the way support was absolutely incredible. So well done.
They've got like their own sort of version of Ashburton Army, haven't they?
Yeah. And,
you know what I mean?
And humorous song as well. So it was Stina, Caitlin and Frida. But special mention has got to go out to Beth Mead, who made the
Started the game. Should have scored as well.
She was unlucky. She was unlucky because just went over a year to the day when she did her ACL.
Yeah.
So fantastic. So well done to Joe Nass and everybody.
All right. Well, listen.
So
well done to the women's team.
Oh yeah.
You ain't even told me who's the Grace of the Week is yet, have you? Bloody hell. Who is it then?
I don't know. He said it was such a straight. Look at the watch, man.
Who is it?
Who is it, Mechatronics?
Right, I'm just going to end the show now.
All right. It's got to be Chidi Obi Martin. This young man, well done, Chidi.
10 goals.
This is the breakthrough moment for him because to score 10 goals against Liverpool under 16 is incredible. So Chidi, listen, one for the future. This is your moment to shine, Chidi. I'm sure you're going to have so many. Yeah. Congratulations to Chidi.
So we're going to be hearing a lot more about that name. Absolutely. Well, congratulations going out to him. And once again,
Arsenal
thanks
16,
to...
Arsenal 16 for beating Liverpool.
Well, and thanks to everybody who's watched the show. Don't forget, as I said, you can get an additional 10% off your order with Boohoo Man. All you got to do is scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Check out all of the Boohoo Man clothing right now. It's Black Friday.
It is.
This coming Friday, so they've got a load of excellent deals going on. So make sure you check it out. And as I said, great for Christmas presents if you're buying stuff for Christmas.
Even if you don't celebrate.
If you don't celebrate, maybe you might want to get some stuff in advance for Eid. Right?
Yes, that's look at this.
There you go. All right. Don't worry, I'm including everybody, man. Right, so
look at this. Brilliant.
Get to Boohoo Man right now and check it out. Use the code AFTV10. Thanks for watching the show.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next week.